Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video. As you guys can see from the title of today's video, we are going to be installing this. Now, what is that exactly? That is supposed to replace this. So as we all know, the factory radio for the Jeeps are super outdated. They don't have Apple CarPlay. They don't have wireless CarPlay. They don't have any type of CarPlay besides either Bluetooth, which sucks really bad, or you have to have it plugged in to your USB-C or the lightning cable that the old iPhones came with, but who has one of those anymore? A lot of you actually. But iPhone 15 and up uses USB-C like so, and you plug that into, there's a USB port in here that plugs that in. It's kind of dumb how they didn't do it off of this one here, but besides the point, this one is going to replace this one because this one has Apple CarPlay and a wireless Apple CarPlay. It also has Android Play. I don't know how you say it. I don't know. Whichever one is the Android, which I don't know because I don't have an Android. And according to the specs here, it is for a Jeep, Dodge, pretty much any Chrysler vehicle that did come with a 7-inch screen like that one. This one, as you guys can see, comes with all the wiring, literally all the wiring, the GPS antenna, the canvas box, that way you don't get error codes. Or is that might be the controller for the steering wheel. I'm not too sure. I kind of just glanced through the instructions here because, you know, we don't read instructions here. But this is the unit here. I mean, you can technically use this on any vehicle that has that size screen, which a lot of people do. So we have to take this whole dash thing apart once again. And if you guys watched my last video when I installed this, then you should be familiar on what has to be taken off. Kick panel here, this pretty much just pops off on both sides, and you have this little screw right here. You guys can see that. This little screw right there, and there is another one on the opposing side right here. And then you take off this here if you do have power windows. If not, then you probably have like a cubby. And there is another screw up here, which some of you guys might have something like this on here. And if not, then you have that little rubber insert. You just pull the little rubber insert out and you'll see the little screw right down the middle, same size as these here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this all taken apart, and I'll tune you guys back in when that is off. Alright guys, we got the whole bezel taken off. Now we just gotta go ahead and take out the radio, which is the same thing. This one has 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are 7mm bolts or screws or whatever. Let's go ahead and take those off. Alrighty guys, once you have those 4 screws out, literally the radio just pulls out, and you're going to unplug 1, 2, 3, 4. So looks like this is the antenna, and this is for your satellite radio. And then we're gonna see if all the adapters come in here. Alrighty guys, and there you have it. It was as easy as just finding the correct plug on which one it goes to, and now you just have to figure out where you're gonna stuff all of this. Luckily, this radio compared to the factory one is flat, guys, so you have plenty of space in here to put all those wires together there. Me personally, from previous radio installs, I've done this before, never on a Jeep, but just on other vehicles. This does have RCA outputs. What I like to do is either find plugs to plug it in, or I just put, you know, some electrical tape, because the last thing you want to do is some of these do output, you know, very little voltage, and you don't want them touching each other. That could potentially mess up the radio. It could mess up the sound quality. I still have the protective film over the screen, so that might be why there's a glare. But overall, guys, this thing is a night and day difference. All you gotta do is follow the instructions in here on pretty much how to connect your phone to the radio. I didn't need the instructions because, I mean, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. You go into the Bluetooth function. If you want to find out where everything is, you do go in the manual. But I mean, I like to just poke things around and see where everything is, just for my personal knowledge, or, you know, just for in the future, I know where things are quickly after, you know, messing with the radio, you know, here and there. But every button does work. The illumination does illuminate those on the side. It does dim the screen a tad bit. You can mess with the dim settings. As you guys can see, it does dim it just a tad. You guys can mess with the dim settings in here. I'm not gonna get into, you know, all the functions of the radio, because I mean, I don't really see a point in that. That's not the point of this video. This video is pretty much just to get rid of the factory radio and install something modern, something that you can buy. I got this on Amazon. I paid $240 for this one. You know, for this, just to plug and play wireless Apple CarPlay or wireless CarPlay, for the Android users. This thing is a direct plug and play. I do have the Alpine system in here from the factory, so I didn't have to wire any of the speakers. I just use one of the plugs, and that just throws whatever to the factory amplifier, and it powers everything up nice. I'm not gonna turn on the music, but I'll let you guys, you know, hear something just so you guys know that it works. You know, there you go right there. I don't want to get, you know, copyright on the video here, but everything has a function. You know, all these plugs have a function. This thing has a lot of functions, probably more than I'm ever going to use. It does have a rear camera option, and they do include it in the kit. It is, you know, a gift from them, is what it says. Free camera included if you purchase this model. They did not pay me to do a review on this one. This was all me. This is my money, just because I was tired of the factory radio. The sound quality is good on the factory radio, and it is really good on this one once you really get into the settings of the equalizer and all of that. When you turn it on, it does sound kind of flat because everything is in, you know, just in flat mode, just like any other radio. You do have to get in there. There is two settings for equalizer, and you mess with both of them and it's a night and day difference. If you like it loud, it is a tad bit louder than the factory one, I would say, at full volume. But I mean, I never run mine all the way up, so I mean, regardless, the sound quality didn't change, and it honestly did get just that smidge better, which I would think it would, because, you know, the processors and chips they run on this new stuff now is freaking great. It has a USB output right here for a regular USB, and on this side it does have a USB-C port. And the cool thing about this radio is that you can actually, if you don't want to sync your phone, you could actually put music into the hard drive of this radio. This does fit, I want to say, 32 gigs of music in the hard drive of this radio. But I mean, as you guys can see here, I have the map, I have the music. If you want a full map, you just click right there. The screen is very responsive, is what I like about it. If you want to go, I mean, I don't really care back to where you had it, you click that button. If you want just the music alone, you click that one there. I mean, if you go all the way back to the main menu, it has, you know, your stuff right here. You guys can see I got my Pandora, my Uber, my Trails off-road app. I mean, even Onyx works on this, bro. And this is really a good, you know, thing to have now, that I can, you know, use the app, my Onyx app, on this, and I don't have to put my iPad, even though I'm still going to. I mean, I haven't really gone too much into the Onyx app right here, so I don't know how much it can get into. It probably can't get into much, but this is really cool that you can have this, and you can use this Onyx map as your primary map right here as well. You know, depending on which app you choose, it will put that onto the side, or it might just be the maps. I'm not sure. I haven't really gone into it that in depth, but you know, it has your messages right here. I'm not going to click on that. It has your music. I will click on that because you can actually access your home music. It has your playlist right here. You know, all your playlists that you have on your phone, recently added, you know, recently played, and these are all your playlists here. You know, I just have it on everything, so right now, just because I was, you know, doing that. But you just get back into the main screen, and then it does even have a more of a main screen function if you do get out of the Apple CarPlay function, which I guess I can do that for you guys. There you go. That is the home screen if you're not in the Apple CarPlay function. You know, it does have settings here, as you guys would see. This looks like a kind of like a Windows based software or an Android software. As you guys can see here, it's got storage. Looks like 20 gigs are free, but I think there might be, I did click on it and there was music already in here, so I don't know if they did that from the factory just to test it, make sure everything was good. You do have app notifications here on what you want to do. You see all your, I can't click into that, there you go. This is all, you know, it looks like it runs on a Chrome system. And this is everything that is in here. These are all the files: Google CarPlay, Google Car Store, you know, all of this stuff right here. This thing is pretty nifty, honestly. You can really get into there. You can get into, you know, the car settings, and this takes you, you know, to the rear view mirror, you know, your display, how bright you want it. You know, you could brighten it up, turn it down. I have it about there. Your illumination color, you know, your factory, I don't know what, I think this is a factory code for them. I try to put in my code, or I think you might even be able to set it and it might be in your manual here, but I didn't really get in there. You know, you get into your sounds, and then you can tell it how loud you want things to be. Right now it's at 0 media because my volume is all the way down, but you guys see it moves right there. Your navigation, if you want it to talk to you, how loud your ring volume you want it to be. The device info is pretty much on this. Oh, there you go. Looks like it runs on an Android system, Android version. Storage, like I said, 32 gigs. And then pretty much everything here looks like the CAN info is a Jeep. You know, this thing is night and day difference, guys. This thing is super cool. I liked it. I'm really glad that I went with this model, because there is lower tier models that might not have had this, but you know, you could change your region right here. It has a bunch of stuff. Look at that. You just pick where you're at and it'll go, you know, the auxiliary mirror. I mean, I don't know what any of this stuff does because I haven't really gone into it. Autoplay music, allowed to play music automatically when USB or SD is inserted. I'm not sure if it has an SD drive. I didn't really look too much in the back. It might have one, you know, but you can pretty much, like I said, all of this right here, speed correction. I don't know what that. Oh, this also has like a, I guess, a speedometer inside. I'm not sure. Like I said, I haven't really gone much into it, but it connected right away, no problems. And yeah, guys, these are your other functions here. You can actually even do I don't know what this is, but it does also have, what is it, like mirroring. You can also mirror your phone, so if you want to play like YouTube videos and stuff like that, like it does have the option to mirror it to your phone. You just have to turn on the mirroring option and go through all of that. I was gonna get into it, but then I said that I don't really care about it. I might care about it later, when if I want to watch something on there, then cool, you know. But as of now, the thing connects super quick, and I couldn't be happier. And honestly, all you have to worry about is where you're gonna fit all those wires in there. But overall, this is a must-have. This thing right here, if you have a Jeep and you don't want to spend, you know, $500 on those wireless CarPlay ones, I would totally go into one of these. And I was going to buy one of those super expensive, you know, the big Alpine or the Stinger systems, but I don't need that. I don't need that humongous screen that a lot of people complain about. This is plenty for me, because I do also carry my iPad. So yeah, guys, I'll leave the link down below of this exact model here. If you guys are interested, go ahead and purchase one. It does nothing for me. Like I said, they didn't pay me to do a review on this or anything. They don't even know that I'm doing a review on it. I spent, you know, my own money on this, and I'm just doing a review for you guys, just for anybody that's looking to get rid of the factory radio. I did have the one with Navi, but this does work with the base one as well if you don't have a nav on it either. It does have different plugs right here for that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and button this up, and I'm going to leave you guys here, because I don't think you guys need to see me, you know, assemble this whole thing. And I mean, if you guys are interested, go buy one. I contemplated for a while, you know, on what I wanted to get, and I saw reviews on this and it had good reviews. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys on the next one.